Hello students, welcome to the sixth online lecture for the subject of sociology. In the previous lectures, we have completed first chapter of our textbook. Today we will start with the second chapter, that is segments of Indian society. Indian society is broadly divided into three segments or communities on the basis of their geographical differences and socio-cultural features. They are: number 1, tribal community. Tribal people have distinct culture, language, economy, and religion. They live in relative isolation and are considered as socio-economically backward. Number 2, rural community. A large number of factors such as density of population, economic activity, poverty, caste, class, family, and religion makes rural community different from other two communities. Number 3, urban community. Urban community comprises of non-agricultural sector like industries and services. Both urban and rural differs on the basis of physical environment, way of life, norms and values, etc. However, we can say that there has been continuous interaction between all the three communities. In this chapter, we will study about the important aspects of these three segments of Indian society, that is tribal, rural and urban. So let's start with the first segment, that is tribal community. First, we will see the definition and meaning of tribe. Ralph Linton defined tribe as: tribe is a group of bands occupying a contiguous territory or territories and having a feeling of unity deriving from numerous similarities in a culture, frequent contacts, and a certain community of interest. In simpler words, we can say tribe is a group of people speaking a common dialect. What is a dialect? Dialect is a language which does not have a script or written literature. Inhabiting a common territory, that is, tribe is a territorial group. It has a definite territory of its own and displaying a certain homogeneity in their culture. Practicing common culture creates feeling of unity among the tribes. Tribal people are often referred to as Adivasis, Adim Jati, Vanya Jati, Pahari, primitive tribes, Girijan, Adi Praja and scheduled tribe, etc. Article 366, Clause 25 of the Constitution of India refers to scheduled tribe as those communities which are protected under a schedule. According to Article 342 of the Constitution, as per this, Scheduled tribe are groups or communities that have been declared by the President of India as possessing the following characteristics: primitive traits or non civilized habits, geographical isolation, distinct culture that is specific to a particular tribe, shy of contact with the larger community, economic backwardness. In simpler terms, a tribe to be specified as scheduled tribe should fulfill the following criteria. It should have its distinct language, religious belief, and culture, which should qualify to be considered as primitive. It should have an isolated existence. In case it lives in close proximity to other communities, it should not assimilate with them. It should be extremely backward both educationally and economically. The term tribe and scheduled tribe are complementary and not contradictory. Approximately 8% of Indian population comprises of tribal people. Next is the geographical distribution of Indian tribes. LP Vidyarthi has given a five-fold geographical classification of tribes in India on the basis of ecological, social, economic, administrative, ethnic and racial criteria or features. This table gives us information of the region and location where different tribes of India are located. Let's go through it. First is Himalayan region. It has three sub-regions. Number 1, Northeastern Himalayan region. Number 2, Central Himalayan region. Number 3, Northwestern Himalayan region. The tribes located in this region are Garo, Khasi, Naga, Mizo, Jainta, Khasa, Lepcha, Gaddi. Next is Middle Indian region. Tribes are located in Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Over 55% of the tribal people of India live in this zone. Name of the tribes are Gond, Santhal, Munda, Ho, Oron, Birhor. Next is the Western Indian region. Tribes are located in Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Dadra and Nagar Haveli. It has about 1 crore tribal population. The tribes located in this region are Bhil, Katkari, Warli, Baina. Next is the South Indian region. Locations are Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala. About 1/6 of tribal population of India is found in the southern zone. The tribes located in this region are Toda, Kota, Irula, Badaga, Chenchu, Kurumba. Next is the island region. Tribes are located on the island of Andaman and Nicobar in the Bay of Bengal and Lakshadweep in the Arabian Sea. Tribes are called as Andamanese, Nicobarese, Onge, Jarawa, Sentinelese. Moving further, we will study some of the basic characteristics of tribal communities in India. Number 1. Geographical isolation. Number 2. Economic life. Number 3. Sense of identity. Number 4. Endogamous group. Number 5. Distinctive culture and language. Number 6. Simple society. Number 7. Simple religion. Number 8. Community administration. Number 9. Clan organization. Number 10. Egalitarian values. Let's study these characteristics one by one in detail. First characteristic is geographical isolation. Tribal community has a definite geographical territory. They live in clusters called padas, which are generally located in remote forest and hilly areas. Today, many tribal people have migrated to rural villages and cities. In the course of time, they have mixed with non-tribal population. Second characteristic is economic life. Tribal people are engaged in various occupations such as hunting, fishing, and food gathering of forest produce, basket making, weaving, ironsmith, etc. Tribal economy is simple economy, also called as subsistence economy. They also practice simple agriculture and shifting cultivation. Their economic activities are based on rudimentary technology which results in low produce. Due to the use of outmoded techniques, their production is insufficient, and due to insufficient production, they cannot fulfill their basic needs. They have a low level of literacy and poor health. Their economic, infrastructural, and marketing facilities are also poor. Some tribes still depends on barter system. These are few causes which makes them economically backward. Tribal people are still leading a hand-to-mouth existence. Third characteristic is sense of identity. Tribal folks nurtures or raises a sense of identity among tribal people. It is a sense of identity which strongly binds them together as a community. Existence of a tribe depends upon their sense of identity and awareness of their territorial boundaries. Every tribe has its own common name through which it can be identified. Example: Wali, Irula, Gond, Naga, Khasi, Garo, etc. This adds to their sense of togetherness and solidarity. Fourth characteristic is endogamous group. Endogamy is a rule of marriage where an individual marries within the group. Tribal community is an endogamous group. They generally do not marry outside their tribe. Marriage within the tribe is the usual norm. Marriage is based on the rule of tribal endogamy. Tribal people considers marriage as a contract, which is why there are no taboos on divorce or remarriage. Because of the increased mobility among the tribals, intertribal marriages have become common. Fifth characteristic is distinctive culture and language. Each tribe has its own culture, that is way of life, and dialect, that is language without a script. They have independent traditions with respect to social customs, folklore, ecology, and a belief system. They may also use the regional language for communication with people outside the tribe. Sixth characteristic is simple society. Tribal communities are considered as simple societies. Their social relationships are primarily based on family and kinship ties. They do not have any rigid social stratification. They have their own faith systems based on natural phenomena and beliefs in evil forces. Based on it, they have traditional temples of various gods and goddesses. Seventh characteristic is simple religion. Tribal life is mostly influenced by religion. Tribal people share common religious beliefs and practices. Their forms of religion are known as animism, that is, worshipping the soul or ancestors; animatism, that is, worshipping any non living body like stone or wood; totemism, that is, worshipping a tree or any animal as the founding ancestor. Naturism, that is, worshipping elements of nature like river, stream, sun, moon, forest, etc. Manaism, that is, worshipping force which is believed to move swiftly across the world and enter into objects and people, giving them powers which they previously lacked. Sacred groves are an integral part of tribal society. Sacred groves are forest land dedicated to local deities who are signs of the energy of the universe. They also have belief in black and white magic, ancestor worship. Shedobacha 1, Forest of Shedoba, is a sacred grove situated in Murbad Taluka, Thane district. This table shows the name of the tribal religion and who introduced it. Animism was introduced by Edward Tyler. Animism was introduced by Robert Merritt. Totemism was introduced by James Fraser. Manaism was introduced by Robert Merritt. Naturism was introduced by Max Muller. Eighth characteristic is community administration. Each tribe has its own distinct ways of community administration meant for solving various individual and community issues. They manage the internal community issues through tribal panchayat, family, and kinship ties. The authority of the tribal chief and council of elders was the governing body of each tribe. They perform various functions like to maintain peace and order within the tribe, to settle various disputes, to do justice, to control behavior of the members, etc. The traditional authority vested in tribal chiefs have weakened today. Next characteristic is clan organization. Clans are an integral part of tribal community. They refer to a number of families who are related by blood and who trace their descent from a real or imagined person, object, or being. Tribes claim that they have a common ancestor. They may be real or unreal. It may be human or animal or a plant or a non-living thing like a mountain or a river. Most tribes in India are divided into exogamous clans and lineages. The sense of blood relationship creates affection, unity, and cooperation among the tribe. Clans are the basis for strong kinship bonds. The last characteristic is egalitarian values. The tribal social organization is based on egalitarian principles. There is no hierarchy that defines social relationship. There are no institutionalized inequalities like the caste system or the gender-based inequalities. However, in some tribes, chief may enjoy a higher social status, having more authority. From these characteristics, we come to know how tribal communities differs from other communities or non-tribal communities. Today, due to the impact of industrialization, urbanization, expansion of advanced means of transport and communication, social legislation, spread of education, tribal development programs, etc., the changes are occurring in the tribal communities. Moving ahead, let's see reasons for tribal exploitation. These are the reasons due to which tribal problems have emerged. Number 1, the British wanted to exploit tribal resources which were rich in minerals and natural resources. Number 2, contact with missionaries desired of converting the tribals, which resulted in identity crisis. Number 3, entry of specialists like medical professionals, agents, and vendors into the tribal areas, causing alienation of tribals from their traditional medicines. Number 4, development of transport and communication in the tribal areas facilitated the entry of outsiders in the region. Number 5, displacement of tribal population from their traditional habitat due to industrial establishments, construction of big dams, highways, etc. With this, we have completed the meaning, definition of tribes, characteristic of tribal community, and reasons for tribal exploitation. In the next lecture, we will see the problems faced by tribal community and constitutional provisions for tribal people. Thank you.